everyone. Welcome back to Young Wealth Builders. I'm Madeline.
And I am Jocelyn. Today's episode is all about something that sounds super boring, but we're going to make it fun. Financial literacy terms.
But first, coffee. Jocelyn, what are you drinking today?
Today I have a Dirty Dr. Pepper, so it's
Mm,
got vanilla syrup and some cream in it.
nice. Dirty Dr. P. Um, I've got a McDonald's frappe. Absolutely delicious.
Yes, we're taking a break from our energy teas today,
Yep.
so.
Sad but true. All right. We also, before we jump into our topic, we want to talk to you guys about our networking group, Young Wealth Builders, same name as our podcast. We get together every week and we talk about financial literacy for dummies. We're keeping it simple and we're keeping it fun. We just love to create a safe space where anyone can get together and talk about their curiosities in the world of financial literacy because knowledge is power.
I love attending these groups. They're so fun. Everyone gets to just talk and we all learn so much. So, definitely think about joining it if you're up for it.
Yep, you don't have to know anything, just show up.
Yeah, we're we're all just showing up.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, so today, like we mentioned earlier, we're
hmm
talking about financial literacy terms,
hmm So basically, all the words you hear rich people say about money and you pretend to understand.
right? Like compound interest. I used to just nod like, yeah, I totally know what that means.
Yep, and I still have moments like that literally every day. But today we're going to be breaking down these terms in a fun way. So we're going to play a little game called Guess the Term. We're going to talk through what they actually mean in a real life scenario and hopefully make you feel a little bit more confident when these money terms come up.
All right, who's ready? Hopefully you guys are.
Yep.
I'm going to start with the first term. Madeline, are you ready?
Bring it on.
Okay, this term has to do with the extra money you pay when you borrow money.
Extra money you pay when you borrow money. That's got to be interest.
Yup. Interest is basically the cost of borrowing money. If
hmm
you have a credit card or a loan, interest is what the bank charges you for letting you use their money.
Okay, and on the flip side, if you save money in a high yield savings account, you can actually earn interest too. Sometimes you're paying interest and sometimes you're earning interest. But on these high yield savings accounts, when you earn interest, the bank is actually paying you for letting them hold your money. Okay, my turn. My term is net worth.
Ooh, that one is tricky. Um, that is basically all of the money that you have minus the money that you owe, I think, right?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. It's like your financial scorecard, but it changes over time. Okay,
Yeah, perfect.
next one, APR.
Ooh, that's the annual percentage rate. I know what it stands for, but it has confused me for the longest time. So what does it mean?
Yeah, okay, so basically, it's the yearly cost of borrowing money, including interest and sometimes fees. So, if your credit card has a 20% APR, that means if you keep the full balance for a year, you'd pay around 20% of that amount in interest.
Yeah, and that 20% isn't all at once. It's broken up monthly. So if you owe $1,000 and don't pay it off, you'd owe around 16 or 17 in interest that month.
Exactly. APR is what makes that $100 Target haul cost $130 after a few months if you only make minimum payments on that
That's why I use
charge.
my debit card for Target.
Exactly.
So, the big takeaway, if you pay your full balance every month, you never pay that APR at all. It's only charged on what you still owe.
Yeah, so APR doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you're not making those credit card payments in full every month. And we will talk more in depth about credit cards in a future episode.
For sure. Okay, next term, emergency fund.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. I'm rebuilding mine right now. It's basically money set aside for some oh no moments.
Exactly. I also just finished building my emergency fund back up.
Mhm.
These oh no moments could be car breakdowns, medical bills, random life disasters. What would you have an example for these oh no moments?
Well, just recently, my childhood home, we had a house fire and then we had a flood. and then we've just kept having things come up from that. So hopefully my parents had an emergency fund set aside. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, well, that is where the emergency fund comes in.
Yep.
Experts say you should have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. If you spend $1,000 a month, it's good to have $3,000 to $6,000 in an emergency fund. For me, I spent an average of 9 grand over the past 6 months, so my emergency fund is $10,000. But even if you start with 500, it's a great start.
Yeah, like I spend $1,000 every month, so right now I have $3,000 in my emergency fund. That's roughly 3 months of funds. I wish it was more, but I got a good start going.
That is
And
great.
yeah, like we like to say, it's never too early to start. You don't have to have $5,000 to open that savings account for your emergency fund. So, yeah.
Yeah. Most savings accounts do have a minimum balance, but it's usually about $50, maybe a
Mm-hmm.
hundred. So definitely start where you're at.
Definitely.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna get into some real life stuff now. Jocelyn, your term is credit utilization.
Oh, oh, I know this one. That is how much of your available credit you're using, right? Like if you have $1,000 credit limit and you've spent $300, your utilization is 30%, right?
Yep, exactly. And the lower, the better. It's ideal for your credit score to keep it under 30%. This shows lenders that you're not maxing out your cards at every chance you get.
Yeah, lenders do not want to see you maxing out your cards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your turn. This term is compound interest.
Okay, that is the money that makes money on your money.
Yup. That was a mouthful. Basically, when your savings or investments earn interest, and then that interest also earns interest.
Yep.
It's why the earlier you start saving and investing, the easier it is to grow your money. So if you start with $100, next year you'll have 150 because you have $50 from interest.
Mm-hmm.
And then the year after that, the $150 is going to earn interest. So you might have an extra one or $75 as your new interest for the next year, if that makes sense.
Oh yes, I get it. Basically we like interest
Yep.
in this scenario.
Not when it's on your credit
Not
cards
when
and
it's
loans,
on.
though.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, yeah. I mean, time really is your best friend when it comes to investing.
This is also why it's really important to pay off your debts ahead of time because your debts are also going to compound interest.
Yep.
So if you pay off your debts within a year, you're going to pay the bank less money than if it took you 6 years to pay off your debts because that interest, it's constantly earning interest.
Exactly. Yes. So time really is your best friend when it comes to investing. Okay, let's do one more round. My next term, or my last term, diversification.
That's when you don't put all your eggs in one basket, right?
Exactly. It means spreading out your investments, like having some money in stocks, some in savings, maybe even a retirement account. For me, I have money in stocks, I have a couple different retirement accounts, and I have some certifications and like my savings account and my checking account. What do you have going on, Jocelyn?
Yeah, I have my checking and my savings. I have a high yield savings account. I have a CD, a certificate of deposit. I have money in stocks, bonds, index funds, stuff like that. I have a Roth IRA that I personally fund, and then I have a retirement account through my old job, and now I'm starting a retirement account through my new job. So,
Perfect.
lots of stuff going on.
And that really helps to lower risks as well, because
Yes,
you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, like we said before.
if you put all your $3 million of investment funds in Apple and something happens to Apple, there goes all your money, guys.
Bro.
Last one for you. Cash flow.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Cash flow is basically how much money is coming in versus how much is going out each month.
Yup. And that's why budgeting matters. Positive cash flow means you're spending less than you earn, which is how you always want it to be. Negative means you're spending more than you earn. It means you're probably going into debt or using your savings to fill the gap.
Yep. And we will be talking all about budgeting
Mhm.
in future episodes. But let's do a lightning round. We'll each define one more term in under 10 seconds.
Ooh, I like this. Let's do it. Three, two, one, go.
Inflation. The reason everything feels more expensive this year than last year.
Asset, something you own that has value, like a car, house, or savings.
Yep, and then liability, something you owe money on, like a credit card balance or a loan.
And budget, your money's game plan.
Okay, that was actually kind of fun. I feel like everyone listening just got an entire semester of finance terms in under an hour.
And without the student loan debt that usually comes with it.
Yep, that's real. If you learned something new today, share this episode with a friend. Or you could quiz them using one of the terms we talked about.
We'll post a guess the term quiz on our Instagram story this week, so make sure you're following us at young.wealth.builders for that. Our quote today is paraphrased from Robert Kiyosaki in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which we highly recommend.
Oh, yes.
We're reading it with our networking group as a sort of book club type thing. Robert says that the key to financial success is knowledge. Get acquainted with your financial terms, learn them, study them, and practice them. That's why we're here teaching you guys financial literacy terms.
Well said. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you next week for another episode of Young Wealth Builders.
Until then, go make a smart money move.